Going to go over a lot of very interesting things today, and if you haven't heard already, that there's going to be reworks to not only Moondragon but Doctor Strange, the OG Doctor Strange. Boy, he's had a bunch, and there's a bunch of weird things today. We're going to talk about Captain Britain and the drop rates that he will show up in the candy store and what that looks like. Before we get into it, there's an issue with the strike pass, and this was going to be the first strike pass that gave some bonus if you bought it on the web store. If you're going to be buying the strike pass, look out and buy it on the web store. But at the time of recording this video, Pathfinder says, and he's the community manager now, you remember Pathfinder, right? Yes, we are aware of it. Yes, we are aware it's not. I want to get this exactly word for word. Working on getting it up. Uh-oh. All right, so yeah. Captain Britain is showing up in the candy store, and my understanding is, you can see that it's scrolled down, is it's not up in the top row. It's in the first row that characters show up, so you might have to scroll down to see Captain Britain, and the cost of him is 40,000 candies for 10 Captain Britain shards. So in theory, you could unlock Captain Britain with 400,000 candies, right? That sounds all reasonable, but I think the problem is going to be that it looks like him appearing inside of the store at a 10% rate. This is not super scientific. This is just based off of polling here on Twitch, but only 10% of the people reported that they saw Captain Britain in their store on their very first look without refreshing. So that would mean if you're only getting 3 resets a day, you know, it's every 8 hours, 3 resets a day, then you may not see him for 3 or 4 days. And if you do the 3 refreshes of the store every reset, so that's 450 cores, maybe you'll see him once a day, maybe once every day and a half or so. So I feel like this is going to be the problem right here with CB in your store on the first look. No refreshes, a 10% drop rate. Now, a lot of people are relatively happy with the price of it. This was a post, I missed it, but this was a post of this person saying that they were, I don't know what they were saying. They were saying that they like the Captain Britain cost, but I think the problem is going to be this right here. Let's get into some details that are happening today. Strike Pass starting today, featuring in-game Thanos. Most importantly, buy it on the web store. There's going to be some sort of bonus stuff for buying in the web store. That was in Friday's blog post. Captain Britain shards with candy store, already covered that. Night raid, 5 days alliance, raid battles, Orcus raid nodes, earn allied supply orbs, raid with the new Night Stalkers. 500k purple ions have been moved from milestone 19 to 20. Sugar Rush, this is relatively easy to do. Spin candy, 400,000 candy to complete. Feed Swamp Showtime, and this is on the web store. Now the Swamp Showdown, 7 days solo. Spend Dead of Night energy, which is like the Blade Showcase energy. Earn Swamp Army orbs. Use mercs for money. Outer time is Superior 6 on war, offense or defense. And then there's bonuses for gear tier 17, 18, and even 19. We do not know right now if that works. We just don't know if that works. So that's going to be an interesting situation. Nimrod release event, which we're going to talk about character release events, of course, a little bit further on. Swamp Army orbs coming from ISO campaign nodes, and Deadmine suggests orbs contain Sentinel and Annihilators. You need 4 characters per team at 17, 18, 19 to max the team per team for each gear level. They're talking about the war teams. So like mercs for money, out of times, and Superior 6. I mean, if you have the resources, take them to 19 and you want to participate fully in this event, then there you go. I don't feel like a lot of people are going to want to do that, you know, because they're trying to get Mephisto or whatever they're trying to get. Other thing too is that I had been hoarding my ISO energy. Basically every day I was spending the 400 to get to the milestones, but I was saving anything excess of that for the ISO, and then I flushed it all today on the event, and I had several thousand, maybe like 4,000, and I ran through all the blue missions, and then it was brought to my attention that there's green missions. Green missions count, of course. Now, if you are in dire need of ISO or campaign energy, I don't know if that it's going to be optimal for everyone to do that. Keep in mind that I'm in a position where spending ISO on a day-to-day basis doesn't really help me much. I feel like my blue ISO problem has been solved, and so it's mostly just about the passes, right? And so for me right now, the event's running for 7 days. I'm going to spend 50s on my ISO energy, spend it as much as possible, and I have stopped spending my campaign energy. The event ended yesterday, and now I'm going to go into horde mode on campaign energy. Again, only do that if you're in a position to do so. It's not for everyone, but right now I have flushed all my ISO energy, and now I am hoarding my campaign energy. Also worth noting is that the 10x drop is live right now in advance of Man-Thing coming to the game, which we're going to talk about the release cadence. It seems to be very fast. They're dropping Man-Thing already. Who here can afford to unlock, let alone 19, a character in a week? Release rate is ridiculous. It was 10 days between Omega and Blade, and it felt like Oath was the same, if not less. Now Man-Thing, I believe it's all 8 days. I have bladed a lovely 10 for 10 due to this amazing unlock method, and Oath Orbs have given me a handful of raid energy and Agatha shards. You mean the Agatha alarm shards and raid energy? Oh my God. Nothing bar there was a team anymore. Thank you for attending my rant. And yeah, here is the release dates. Mega Sentinel, Blade, Oath, Man-Thing. It looks like everything is running 8 days apart right now. So it's almost like a character once a week. 8 days apart. All right. Twilight Vigil leaderboard payouts. Please prioritize payouts for the Twilight Vigil leaderboard event. After the event ends today, they give us 24 hours to finalize whatever team we're working on. Hopefully knock out another milestone or two in the 2 Valhalla event before it closes tomorrow. So the 2 Valhalla end is the event that's ending tomorrow. It was the event that gives you the 7 red on Odin if you finish the first run of Dark Dimension 8. And we have no idea how we're going to acquire the red stars beyond this 2 Valhalla event. However, they have not typically paid out leaderboard payouts quickly. We will see. Maybe they'll see this post and they'll act more promptly. But, typically on leaderboards, I'm expecting about 24 hours. Oath orbs. Yeah, thanks. So these piece of shit orbs, they're giving us, have yielded 0 shards for Oath so far. After opening 20, I can get an orb that'll maybe give me 6. Thanks, Scopely. You're making me really hate this game more and more every day. Look at that. Anything over 100 upvotes on our Reddit means it's a hot topic. And then 13 out of 24 on a Mega Sentinel milestone. It feels like a month. There's so much shit going on at once. I have no idea what it is. What is what anymore? Did she even have an event? I don't know. 46 star milestones, events in the event section. Get additional shards for blank character that we aren't even getting orbs for anymore. When do we actually get a breadcrumb? We all know you can't even pull 1 shard anyway in the actual milestone section. Quality over quantity. Just because they slop a ton of red dots and go boxes everywhere doesn't make it exciting. It feels like, remember that Thanos giving event? And I don't know when that was, several years ago, where they gave like oodles orbs that gave nothing, and they must have some suggestion from somewhere saying that it feels better to get gabillions of orbs with no drop rates. I don't know if that's true. Just give us 1 orb and give us the correct amount of shards. But getting 9,000 orbs and getting nothing feels way worse. I don't know why they're doing this. It feels strange to me. And then first run of Dark Dimension 7 finished. Congratulations, dear Hunter. Finally finished my first run of Dark Dimension 7. 11,608. So that means that there are that many Mephistos in the game. I got Odin yesterday, and I was number 2,400. So there's about 2,400 Odins in the game and maybe almost 12,000 Mephistos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.